Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Course Laboratory. So in this video I am going to tell you features of Java, or I also like to call it reasons of popularity of Java. So let's start, and as you can see on screen there are 12 main features of Java. So let's start one by one. So first one is simple. Actually, Java people used to call it simple because most of the syntax of Java language are related to C or C++. So if you have read or if you have some idea about these languages, it will be simple for you to understand Java. So let's move to another point, object oriented. Okay, so there are some protocols which if any language follows those protocol, so that language falls under into the category of object oriented. And in the next upcoming videos you will be seeing, like I'll be explaining you these in details. And let me tell you, the Java is purely object oriented language. Okay, so let's move to another point, portable. Okay, so if you have created one program on Java programming language, so you just need to create or compile your Java program, and it will create one dot class file. And if you will pass that particular dot class file to anybody who's having Java installed in their system, so it will be very easier for them to execute that code. Platform independent, guys, as I have already told you in my earlier session, Java is platform independent because Java uses its own platform, which we call it Java virtual machines. In the upcoming sessions you will get to know in detail about it. Let's move forward to another point, secure. Yes, as Java use its own platform, so it is secured as comparison to other languages which uses your Windows OS or Mac OS. It is robust. To explain this point, let me tell you, actually Java has very good memory management tool which collects all the garbage memory and removes it from the memory sections. So the situation is, if you will do the programming, and while doing the programming you will create a lot of objects which will be created in the memory, and once you will stop using your program, the garbage collector will automatically remove all those memory. So that's why we call it robust, as it is having better memory management. It is architectural neutral. So this will I will explain you in next or in upcoming sessions. So let's move to interpreted. Okay, so guys, if you have worked on C or C++, you must have seen, like, after written the code in C language, you need to compile the code and then it will be executed on your machine. But in Java, you need to compile it and you need to interpret it. So what they actually do, first you need to create a Java program, like you need to create one .java file. Once you have done that, then Java compiler will compile your code and it will tell you if you are having some compile time exceptions in your program. If not, it will create .class file, and then the Java interpreter comes into the picture, and the interpreter interpret the .class file and create one machines instructions file which Java do not save anywhere. So it will be created and directly given to the platform and the program will start executing. So we also call it interpreted language, high performance, as this language is pretty fast, so we call it high performance. But let me tell you guys, if you will compare this language with C++, so over there you just need to compile your code, you do not need to interpret it. So it is slower than the C++, but yes, in its category it's having high performance. Let's move to another point, multi-threaded. So guys, let me give you an example. If I wanted to perform multiple tasks with one object, so to achieve that we will have to use the multi-threaded concept. Let me give you an example. If you have ever go to the ATM, and if you have ever used it, you must have felt like so many users must be using the ATM at the same time. But you will feel like all the processing, suppose 100 users are using the ATM of SBI Bank at once, you will, the all 100 users will feel like all the requests are processing parallelly, but that is not the case. The processor has decided some time for each person, like processor has decided 1 milliseconds to give to each request one by one, and in this way the processor proceed with the processing, and it will be completed, and all the people will feel like they all are getting served once. Okay, let's move to the distributed. Distributed means if you have created one program in Java language, and if you have put it that particular program on some server, so you will be able to use it from anywhere while using the internet, just like Gmail, just like Facebook. So the dynamic. Okay, so dynamicness, suppose if you have created some object of Java class, and if you want to change the behavior of that particular object at the time of executing your code, you can do that in Java while using the upcasting and typecasting. So guys, just don't worry if you haven't understand any of this point in this video. In the upcoming sessions you will get to know all these points in details. So just stay tuned with us, and if you have any queries, just like in the comment sections. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe.